everyone. It is Heather Hurt with the NRW Nerds Rule the World, and we are going to talk the final 2 episodes of Hawkeye. It's been a second, so we're going to kind of do a quick recap because we're already on to the new, and not the new and better, but the newer things. So we want to talk about the final 2 episodes. I am, of course, here with the legendary Kuya P, and we're just going to chat up the last 2 episodes of Hawkeye. So let's get into it.
All right, episode 5 is called, where's my notes? Oh no, that's not it. Ronin, Hawkeye's alias. Still on the hunt, or they're no longer on the hunt. We open up with some info on Elena. It starts off with some widows in the beginning, because we just had, I think, right before this, that confrontation go down right on top of the roof. Or was that in this episode? I'm getting lost.
That was the end of, that was the last episode. That was the last part of season 4. The first part of season 5 is we see that because she last saw her sister. And then she gets dusted and she comes back and her sister's gone. And that has to be hard to find out. You know, you heard it before. It's, with WandaVision, when your mother is dying of cancer and she dies while you're in a mystical netherverse waiting to be brought back. And that's just got to be hard.
Yeah. You know what? Thank you for bringing that up. That totally reminded me now. Okay. Yeah. That we got the little intro, but I forgot that this gave us what happened with Elena when the snap happened, where she was at when this was going down. And then it comes back, like you said, with now post blip. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Now I'm remembering my feelings. I'm remembering feelings.
It hurts.
It hurts. It did. I was like, and you gotta love Marvel for just that character element, because we ended it off with episode 4 with that fight scene, and finally we were waiting for that Elena to show up. Right now we see, okay, we brought her back. Now we'll tell you what happened after Black Widow, the film, during the blip, all that, and they came back hard, and then they end hard too, which we'll get into in a second.
Right.
And comebacks, if you will. So that went down. We start off with not Kate, but Elena, and then we're back with getting some help with her mom, the mom connection, mom and Eleanor, and finding out that she's working with Hawkeye. Actually has Hawkeye in the house, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're in the house.
And that was interesting. And Swordsman shows up. I think there was or was that the last episode?
No, that was so in season. Sorry guys, it's been a minute.
Yeah. That was the cliffhanger, I think, with the sword.
In the episode, Swordsman catches them, of course. That was the end of season episode. That was the beginning of the episode, I think.
Yeah.
When we catch up, maybe that was season. No, that
was the end of episode 4. How they left it.
Where we left it, and
that's then we start with Black Widow. Then we come off of that. And then we see Swordsman there because I was thinking, we're going to finally see this fight now, finally happen with Swordsmaster. But then Eleanor comes around the corner and what are you two doing in here? And so it becomes, it comes off of that kind of a heated moment, if you will. And they share their feelings and we learn stuff. And then, again, we're trying to backtrack here, y'all. Kazi and Maya, we get some more info back on them and their hunts. And I think, Kazi's trying to have her to stop, this vengeance-filled hate towards them or something. But
Ronan threatens him, and he's because it's that great scene in the car lot where we figure out why he wants her to go off the trail, because it was all internal, and that's got to be hard to know that someone from the inside got your dad killed. I mean, that's just got to be so difficult.
And so good character, just more character stuff that we love from Marvel.
Yep.
I'm gonna speed it up because again we're all over the place. We don't know everything because it's been so long. But what just was a whammy, a big comeback. At the very end, we find out because again they're snooping around the apartment. Hawkeye's in the spot. Well, not. I wouldn't say this. I feel like saying an apartment with what they have is kind of downgraded.
That's a loft.
You know what I'm saying? They got the business because they got money. That's not an apartment. But as they were looking around for information, they find out that Kate's mom, Eleanor Bishop, is working for the Kingpin. Is that what we find out?
Yep.
And
the
then
very last
lo and
scene.
behold,
Pulling that up, phone out, yeah.
we actually see it's the Kingpin that we know that has existed. They didn't create like a whole Kingpin for the regular MCU. It's the return of the Netflix Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio. That was super exciting.
So exciting. Don't know what I was more excited about, how excited I was that the Kingpin was there, or how excited I was that Vincent D'Onofrio was so excited that he got to come back as Kingpin.
So I didn't see the post that we were talking a second ago that the Marvel like made some press announcements outside of the episode. I didn't see that. So this was completely fresh when I watched the episode.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For me personally. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So I was excited. And I'm happy because again, I fell off of the Daredevil Netflix stuff. I like watched a couple of seasons, but I would love that I thought it was brilliant casting in Vincent. And then obviously, and then too, once they revealed this, and then like you said, Vincent posting about it, it was like, oh, he really cares about the character still too. So I love that. You love to see stuff like that.
Exactly. You know? And what was even cuter is he was posting about how he loved all of his castmates, because that's of course when the big Daredevil announcement was. And you could definitely tell with this episode that Marvel was trying to get ahead of the conversation by announcing that Daredevil would be returning within the MCU. By the way, that cameo in Spider-Man, man.
So okay, we didn't even say that. Did y'all just talk about that in your Spider-Man review?
We did talk about it. I won't go into it, but it's, oh my god, that was probably one of the best MCU cameos of all time. And yes, I am talking about over the Stanley cameos. Other than Captain Marvel, no, okay, I'll say it. Stanley and Captain Marvel was better. But it was. They definitely wanted to get ahead of the narrative, and to see how Vincent D'Onofrio truly loves not only the character, but he truly supports and cares about his crewmates and castmates. How can you not love how a community like that? Like, how can you not support the Marvel universe when they support each other truly that deeply?
Hell yeah, I'm with that. I love that. So yeah, I didn't even see Spider-Man yet, and then so seeing this Kingpin was brilliant, and then the payoff with seeing Daredevil in No Way Home, and again, I think this is a whole nother episode that we have to do. But like, okay, they gave us these two. I want Luke Cage. I want Jessica Jones. Can all of these characters come back with the exception of Iron Fist? I'm sorry.
No, that's a fair statement.
That's the one guy that
fair statement.
You know, I'm sorry, brother.
Fair statement.
Everybody else I'm ready for. So anyway, that's the end of episode 5 of Ronin. The finale, episode 6. We got Kingpin in there. And then the square off. Let's talk about episode 6 that was titled So This Is Christmas. What did you think about this episode?
It felt like Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Someone gets their significant other arrested. They kill someone, and they then try and save their kid. That's just Christmas in a nutshell.
So let's dig in a little bit. So Sword Master, aka the boyfriend or whatever. What's his real character's name?
Jack.
Mm-hmm. Jack Duquesne, played by the amazing Tony Dalton, brilliant actor.
Yes.
I felt if there was one negative, I don't know. I didn't like the ending on him.
Really? I thought it was, so if you look at it from a comic book perspective, right?
Yeah.
The swordsman was always, he actually tried out for the Avengers.
He did
multiple times. He was just a petty thief. He did some not so great things. And he kind of became more of an anti-hero than a true blue villain. He's kind of a blue collar maybe villain. Yeah. So I actually really thought that was a super cute turnaround, and him and Kate having such an adorable ending. I don't know. I actually thought that was very comic booky for them. And
I'm with that. I'm not, thinking about it now, and you just as you were talking, I don't know. I wanted a little bit more. I wanted a sword fight.
I agree with that.
A little bit of one with Haley, him and Haley.
No, we needed a true blue sword fight, not just him slashing through a handful of baddies at the end.
Yeah, a little bit more. but I thought it was cute. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that you know what, you got me changed up on that. I don't know more to say on that. But Jeremy Renner though. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we get this brilliant ending, you know, obviously, and we're fighting at the big tree. And what's that area that NBC is located with the
That's not Times Square, right?
No, where you can ice skate and they have the statue.
Yeah, I'm not.
The big trees there.
I don't know New York.
It's a landmark though. You know, we
Yeah,
all
you
know the
it's
landmark.
it's the big tree. Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that Macy's? It's not Macy's, right?
No, it's not. It's gonna kill us now, but oh well.
I'm from the South, y'all. I'm from Dallas.
So they're fighting though, just the with Hawkeye being caught up in the tree.
Yeah, he's caught.
And the owl up in the tree. I heard that was based on a true story.
Yes.
But they actually found like an owl in the tree before or something like that. So they
they found lots of stuff. I mean, they find bird nests. Apparently, it's a real pain in the butt to take that down sometimes because they have to like go through and make sure that they're not killing birds or killing squirrels or stuff like that. I mean, it's a tree, and it's like a place for birds and animals to live for what 45 days.
But yo, it was funny that he does all this. He fell from like one of the skyscrapers into the tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
He fought Thanos, but then he's stuck up in a tree for a good bit.
But leading into that though, the fight between Elena and Kate through the building so that she could get him out. Like
can we talk about that fight? Yes.
Clint's fight, and I actually think this is a really good way to lead into the fact that he is retiring. Jeremy Renner is retiring as Clint. And the fact that he had almost nothing other than the scene that I'm sure the ice rink scene that we'll talk in a little bit about. And we really just shifted to, we are seeing Kate trying to get to Clint, and that's how Clint gets away into the tree. That scene was amazing.
Yeah. Can we talk about that love fest between Kate and Elena? Like, don't make me hate you, or I don't, you know, what was it like? That dialogue, just the back and forth, brilliant.
That chair flip you did, that was great. They're so cute.
Yes, I so good. Just the mixture of the action and then the dialogue in between the two, brilliant.
Best friends forever.
Yes. So we definitely need to have more. Like, if we get a spinoff, I know we're getting a Maya spinoff, but like, I need more of them two together. Would you say that now? Like, we need more Hawkeye and Elena. Yeah,
we need a Young Avengers film. hint, Marvel.
Do you think we'll get that as a Disney Plus series first, or a feature?
I think that if
which way do you think they'll take it?
Merely speculation. I think that if they do a Young Avengers, they will do a film. But I would not be surprised if we got, after a film, we got more independent series. Like, we're getting a Miss Marvel that will lead into whatever is happening. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a second Miss Marvel season, like we get a season 2 of Miss Marvel that follows up whatever happens in the big event that creates the Young Avengers.
So do you think the next time we'll see Haley will be in the feature side of things before or another Disney Plus?
I'm going to say I hope we're going to see it. We're going to see her in a feature. I would like to say we're going to see her in a feature film.
I like that, but I kind of like, I want more. I want, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's just like one film, right? Mm-hmm. I really love these Disney Plus series. Yeah,
no, they're good. They're really, you know, there are some that I think that they needed to rethink on. I know we're getting off topic here, but I still think that Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier should have been a film. I really do. Really? I love the two of them. I love that, you know, we have a new Captain America and he's no longer Falcon. He is Captain America. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those where that felt like it should have been a film, and they decided to try and really pull out, because I'm sorry, that was a long ass series. That was a very long series.
Of the series thus far, you'd say that felt dragged out more than the others.
It would have been an amazing statement as a film. Gotcha. Personally. But I agree, for 95% of this, I mean, WandaVision was probably one of the best shows of 2021.
Hell yeah.
like in general.
Yeah. I'm with that.
So.
Okay. All right. We're getting sidetracked. I'm like, I want more. I'm like fan casting in my head, forecasting what I'd like to see.
That's the great thing about these shows is that these are characters that we want to see again.
Yeah.
They did so good in this. We want to see them again.
Yeah. And like I said, I think I got segued because just that character sequence of Elena and Haley going back and forth. I'm sorry, I keep on going to her real name, Kate and Elena, as they're fighting and then just loving each other, but they're supposed to not like each other. Just all of that was just brilliant. Yeah. All right. So let's wind it down. The fight against Kingpin in the ice rink. Let's close it out.
Okay. So you made the comment just a few minutes ago. I'm gonna go towards. Of course, they have that initial battle where Kate and you actually see it in the picture behind Patrick. Sorry, Kuya P. I'm going to use his real name, guys. I'm so sorry.
We're doing it now, right?
Behind Kuya. You're going to have where you have this great scene where they're two starting on the ice rink. And then, of course, Elena comes in and we can talk about that. But I really want to talk about what happens when Kate leaves, because we don't get the Kingpin from the Daredevil series. We're getting the real mother effing, I almost said the full word, mother effing Kingpin. Like, he took a gosh darn arrow to the chest twice.
Yeah. Do we know how he's able to do that again, because I didn't follow through with the Daredevil series, right? That how he's able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. It's in the Daredevil,
or what is he's not a normal human, right?
No, he's not. He's technically got mutations that help him. He's basically invincible physically, not Luke Cage invincible, but he is a big guy, like a very big guy on purpose. He can take punches, and you couldn't be a normal guy and really be able to beat the living crap out of Spider-Man. But what we saw in Daredevil, and it's what you really saw at the initial part of shows like Green Arrow, is they didn't want to bring in the quote unquote magic. So he was just basically a really tough fighter. He was just really powerful, like physically, but he wasn't a superhuman. In this one, we actually got to see him being incredibly strong, incredibly powerful. And I don't want to spoil, I don't want to get too far ahead, but he's definitely not dead after taking a gunshot to the stomach.
Oh, no.
There's no freaking way. He's not dead, guys. He's not.
Yeah. So they close this up. We get fast forward or rewind.
The ice skating rink.
The big suit reveal that you kind of see in behind me, but we all saw in like some of the other graphics that were put out. The costume that our LARP people put together. It kind of felt lukewarm, right? Because of all the images that we saw. That promoted the series.
Marvel has a way of getting ahead of themselves, and the big example we've been talking about the entire time is the Echo announcement. The Echo announcement came out before episode 2 aired, so we weren't even introduced to Maya or the character of Echo yet, and yet she already has a television show, and they're making a huge big deal about it. It's the most exciting costume reveal was the fact that a whole bunch of police couldn't get anyone to do anything until they put on their LARPing costume.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So what do you think? So now that it's, do you feel any way? How similar is that to the comic side of things, would you say?
They just went off the rails there. I think that they were trying to give a good closeout to a series that they were trying to write. And they were trying to do things like we hadn't mentioned it yet, but when you finally had Elena versus Clint. And honestly, I thought that was just incredibly anticlimactic of an end. It was cute that he did the whistling, but it was kind of like a weird, awkward moment. And then all of a sudden she just stopped. It's like, I don't think that's what a Black Widow would do. She would have him like in a death grip. And then she'd be like, where did you hear that? Not, I'm standing above you and not doing anything. Very weird moment.
Yeah.
But I think that they were just trying, that last episode felt very closing off, and it wasn't necessarily comic book. It was just, we need to close out a storyline very quickly. And it actually kind of took me out of the moment a little bit. I don't know about you. I think that they could have done a 7th episode and they would have actually closed this out much better. I
would agree. Yeah, it felt a little bit rushed. It did. There is that just just to advance plot, close it out. Like they were only given, was it 6 episodes? Yeah, this is episode 6. Like you have 6 episodes and they had to spread it out as best they could, but they didn't exactly feed it all together. But I will, still enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all still very much enjoyed it, but just it should have been tightened up. I think a little bit better on the edit and how they winded it down. So overall, let's close this out. So great ride. I think my biggest thing, and as I kind of got sidetracked earlier, is I need more Kate and Elena. And if this is our goodbye to oh my gosh, to Jeremy, to Clint. If this is our goodbye to Clint Barton, I don't know. I still don't feel it's a goodbye yet. I think that's it too. Like I need more Kate and Elena together. Obviously, that's where the future is. We're building there. We got Vincent D'Onofrio back as Kingpin, and as you said earlier, Spider-Man: No Way Home gave us Matt Murdock and Charlie Cox. So we know they're now part of our MCU. It's a very exciting future, but I don't know if I feel like they're all the way done with Clint yet. I think there's gonna probably do another. I don't know. Does he ride off in the sunset positive like this? As we saw them, because they make it at home for Christmas. They make it home for Christmas. That's how we close it out. Do we end off the Christmas and he's a good thing, or do you think Marvel will go back and heroes can never just go off into the sun like that? They have to die. Do we have to kill them, or do we let them just ride off like this? What do you think? What do you hope for? What do you think, Heather?
I'm going to say this in a very honest way. Comic book characters don't die, so don't ever think that someone's dead. And I'm including Tony Stark in that statement. I'm including him. I would not be surprised that if we do see more of Clint, because Jeremy Renner did say he's just, when you get to a certain age, doing stuff like this can be hard. It doesn't matter how fit you are. It can just be difficult. Oh, yeah. And he even made the comment, he's like, I am a little too old to keep doing it at this level. So especially with the announcement that, of course, that his wife, what's her face? Oh my goodness, I'm so bad. Linda Cardinelli. I always really screw up her last name. Cardinelli. Okay, yeah. Sorry. That she was the original Mockingbird. She was Agent 19. So could they be more of a actual spy situation? Like they're intelligence. Could I see them still coming back, but more in like an intelligence kind of situation, more so than a physical suit? I think he's done being a superhero.
Yeah. You know what? I like that idea. Like maybe having them join with Maria Hill and Nick Fury, on the sidebar, be on the IC operation that's behind the scenes that isn't out there on the field. Mm-hmm. That would be dope. I love that.
Would be surprised.
All right. So that I think that shines and closes us out with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we just want more. My biggest thing was just I love that they gave us back Kingpin. That was, I think, what the big part of it. Mm-hmm. If this is a send off for Clint's cool, that would be nice to let the heroes just go out, be with his family. Don't kill him off. I doubt it though. He's such a big actor
for a character.
But I definitely need more Kate and Yelena. Yeah. That was beautiful. And then and Swordmaster, going back to Tony Dalton, Jack Duquesne, and Eleanor, let's not forget about those, the mom and the crazy bad guy boyfriend. Those are two great characters that you could still build on with. I heard rumors that Eleanor was going to be Madame Mask. I don't know if you saw that they're going to make her be the Madame Mask character, especially with the connection with Kingpin, like readapted the Madame Mask character. Have her be evil. I don't know if you thought about that or saw that, but that was a rumor.
I did not see that. I do think that would be a very strange spot for her. I mean, from a Hawkeye perspective, because Madame Mask is such a character that comes back into the Hawkeyes. She has come up against him a couple times. I think that's a very weird placement, but that's just. I mean, I was also very wrong. I was thinking that they were not going to make her Mockingbird. I think it's actually a shallow way to finish things off. But I didn't think they were going to make her Mockingbird.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. Again, if we really nitpick this, we can really nitpick it a little bit more. But overall, it was a good time. It was a great series. Again, I think they've been killing with the Disney Plus series. I love this stuff, and as much as I want these features, and don't get it twisted, I want that, but I love this also, this weekly format that it brings back that kind of must-see TV and something to look forward type of TV, that we miss now, because like with Netflix, they'll just push out the entire season and then people will just binge it. And don't get it twisted, I love binging stuff like that too, but there's something to be said that and make you something to look forward to with this kind of format.
And I agree, especially with, when you're looking at it from a comic book perspective, one thing that you hear a lot of in just as a complaint is that we don't get enough. And the great thing about having it as a show is we get just a little bit more. Even if it's only 6 episodes, we get just a little bit more that satiates that, we needed to know more about this one small thing.
Yeah.
So
awesome. All right, Heather, this was a lot of fun. I can't wait for the next Disney Plus show for us to break down. Probably, what is the next one? Do we know? Is it She-Hulk that we're getting next?
Miss Marvel, I think, comes out first.
Is it? I thought that was going to be the feature. Or is that's going to be a Disney Plus series first?
I thought... I never, you know what? I'm going to say I don't remember, because I think that they're all, I'm, you know what I'm really excited about? I am ready to get some Moon Knigget out, because I need some Moon Knigget.
That is right. So, whatever it is, exactly. I hope to be back with the amazing Heather Hertz to break it down, who will give us that comics insight that I miss out on since I've kind of been all over the place with comic books, and then just to have these fun combos. This was always a lot of fun with you, Heather. How can they reach out to you and everything else that you're doing with the NRW?
You can follow me on the @Twitters @NerdIsAHeather, which is the exact opposite of my TikTok and Instagram handles, which is @HeatherIsANerd. Figured that out. I figured it out. It's great.
I love it. Please give her a follow and check out her weekly New Release Wednesday drops, talking about all the comics that you should pick up at your LCS. Please support your LCS. If you loved Hawkeye, check out the great, what was this run based off of, real quick, Heather, going back to the David Aja series, or at least some of the artwork, I think.
The basis is from the Matt Fraction and David Aja series. Yes.
That's it.
All 5 or 6 volumes are available at your local comic shop. Get them, because they're actually really cute, and also it has lots of Pizza Dog in it.
There we go. Yeah, and more. That's the thing. I almost forgot. We need more Pizza Dog.
We need to
see what's going on with Pizza Dog. Continuing that on, as well as the LARPer friends. I need this cast together again. Seriously,
they're so cute. They're the cute. We need like a mini series. You know how they do like the Simpsons, like 5-minute minis.
Yeah.
We need like 5-minute mini episodes of the LARPers. Just doing something, like living their lives. I want to see that. The
unofficial costume makers for the MCU.
It's true.
Why not? Let that be it. Like, hey, did you see that dope costume we made for Hawkeye? There's already their first customer that they could be like, showcase. Hey, now we're gonna go to you guys for costumes. I don't know. I love it. That was just a lot of fun. I enjoyed the series, as you can tell, and I need to see more Elena and Kate. For your boy, it's the Legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. Of course, here at the NRW and at Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. Your boy, Kuya P, your girl, Heather, everybody. We love y'all. Thank you for checking us out. Until our next MCU breakdown, you can catch us out there on the NRW. Bye.